So when was the recent fundraising round?
Yeah, so we started fundraising around November. So we realized we had a lot of momentum. We had raised our original seed round, I want to say in like 2017 or 2018. So it was a while from raising our seed round to raising a Series A. We were profitable. We used services like CapChase uh, to sort of finance the growth. We found that to be a super value add. And then over time, we realized we were growing a lot, and there was this unique opportunity to really swing for the fences in the space where that's growing a lot. So we decided to start raising our Series A around November. So yeah, I could talk about that if that's helpful.
Yeah, I would love to. I'll jump into that and learn a little bit more about what that was like.
Yeah, so our round was definitely way more nuanced, non-traditional. We started off raising through stonks. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with stonks, but it's like this live demo day marketplace. And we started there. We raised some money through there. We got connected to a lot of different investors. So that was step one. After that, we started raising through a roll-up vehicle on AngelList, which was, I would highly recommend that. That was probably the biggest game changer for us because it allowed us to raise from our customers. It allowed us to raise from our, most passionate users. So that was really fun. And it also allowed us to raise from just other founders that really resonated with what we're doing. We've been, legal tech, which is the space we're in, had a pretty bad rap. I think like a lot of people were scarred by maybe Atrium going under because a lot of notable people invested in that round. And we weren't the most shiniest startup coming through a lot of people's rooms, right? Because we had this gap of like 3 years where we didn't really fundraise. So we really relied on like the community, our users, other founders at the earliest stages of that fundraise. Then over time, we ended up finding a few different leads that were interested, and then we found one that we were just like super aligned with. His name is Lewis Barrow. He runs a small venture fund. He's also a founder too. And, he kind of led the round at the very end, and it all came together that way.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really great to hear. And thanks for sharing with us. Yeah, I was actually going to ask, if what that was kind of like, getting some of the, I would say like investors to kind of like come back around, to Lawtrades, like as you mentioned, 3 years later. So.
Yes, my co-founder did a really good job at telling the story, telling the narrative. We were in a much different position now than when we were when we tried fundraising for our first seed round, which was brutal. Like that was really hard. And but the Series A was a lot easier because we had metrics on our side. We had good product market fit. We knew that 3 months from now, if someone passed on us now, like it's their loss. We knew that this was going to keep growing regardless of if someone joined us or not. So it really allowed us to align our interests as a company, our values with the right people that thought about it the same way. So we didn't raise from people that were, that wanted like 20% of the company or 30% of the company or anything like that. We really raised from people that were super aligned with our mission. And the nice part about doing a roll-up vehicle as an example is the check size is really small for people to join, so that allowed people to make really small bets, and over time I want to say somewhere between like 60 to 80 people individually invested through our roll-up vehicle, and we had a really great presentation for them that they could view in one click. My co-founder also had it linked to a video that really described what we were trying to do, along with some of our future plans and how we were going to use this. And everything was really presented on this one clean deck through a company called Journey. So check out Journey if you're not familiar with them. It's journey.io. And it's like DocSend on steroids. And we pretty much crafted this amazing presentation on Journey, and the final link was a link for someone to invest, as long as they were accredited. And Angel has handled all that for us. So that's how that journey went about. When it came to finding our lead investor, Lewis, that took, maybe I want to say a culmination of maybe like 4 to 6 different phone calls. He asked great questions. We could just tell he really resonated with what we were going through as a company. And he understood the dynamics around legal tech because he was in Silicon Valley. So he, over time, we came to terms with him, and he ended up joining and being, the biggest check in the round.
Yeah, that's really great to hear. We actually have a lot of founders in the community that also use roll-up vehicles. So
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
great tool.
yeah, they're great. Yeah, we have actually a lot share in the fundraising space, so that way they can pull together some of the soft commits from some of the group chat guests that are
Yeah.
operators and angels themselves. So
Yep, and we also did syndicates through AngelList too. So we were all over their platform at the earliest stages of the round.